Yikes. All right, guys, welcome back to another episode. So as you all know, Joe Biden has dropped out of the race and has formally endorsed Kamala Harris, his VP, as Democratic nominee for President of the United States. This is very interesting because a lot of Americans don't really feel like they had the opportunity to know who Kamala Harris is in order to make a decision of whether they want her to be their president or not. And my wife and I, we had talked about this in one of our reaction videos previously because we was like, yo, she's been a VP for 4 years and you barely see her. We hardly know any information about her. And that's where Candace Owens comes in. Apparently Candace has some dirt on Kamala that not many people know about. Let's go ahead and check it out, see what she has to say.
So they understand that it will look really bad if they do not lean in to saying that they really do want Kamala, but even that feels a bit performative to me, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm starting to see articles creep out, and they seem like attacks on Kamala. Again, if we can go into our time machine and go back to 2020, well, every time that someone tried to interject the truth about Kamala, which is that she slept her way to the top, it's a fact. She was with some 6-year-old man, got her start in the political career, and they would go, oh my gosh, how dare you say this? That's so sexist. Well, then suddenly on July 6th, the Daily Mail actually published a headline about the fact that Kamala Harris was, thoughting through life. And they basically said she got her political start, her political upstart, because she was dating this guy, Willie, can't think of his last name right now. And he was married and he was in his 60s and Kamala Harris was just a spring chicken. And that is how she entered the political scene. So she was not somebody who was...
Oh, wait. That's crazy. Because if this is true, she's going to have a lot of explaining to do. Especially if she becomes president. Because it's there's nothing wrong with dating an older guy. It's not a big deal. But if he was married, yikes. Anyway, let's keep going.
She was not somebody who was a part of their ecosystem, but they tapped her in 2020 because they were like, the thing that we always say is that look at the Republican Party, it's so white and there's no diversity. And how are we going to be able to say that if we're running Joe Biden, who has been extraordinarily wealthy his entire life and whose son is becoming extraordinarily wealthy while smoking crack simply because he's doing dirty deals in Ukraine? So what are we going to do? We're going to hire Kamala Harris. We're gonna select Kamala Harris to be the vice president. And he's the one person I can think of. And then we can sell. I know that when she was sworn into Congress, she was talking about how she's an Indian, but we'll just sell the people, forget the Indian side. Now she's back to black. And the streets are talking, ha, 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 ha. And that's what they did. So that is the only reason that Kamala Harris, they literally did not have another person that they felt could be the vice president and allow them to use the isms. You don't like her, you're a sexist. You don't think that she's amazing? You're a misogynist, deep-seated misogyny. You don't want this ticket to win? Is it because Kamala Harris is black? Kinda. I feel like it is. It's because you're a racist. So they just needed her to do the thing.
Wow. And you know what? I talked about that in my previous video where we were talking about people who are speaking up about Joe Biden's mental capacity and how he may not be fit to run the country for the next 4 years or even currently. And every time you mention something like that, the media or someone comes out to bash you, to call you, to say that you're bullying or some kind of shaming tactic or something like that. And so it's very fascinating to hear that people actually were speaking out against Kamala Harris and maybe saying that she wasn't really the right person to be in this position. And when you do, or when you challenge that, then it turns into you're a misogynist, you're a racist, you're this, you're that. Tough spot to be in. But anyway, guys, leave your thoughts in the comment section. I would love to look into this guy that apparently she was sleeping with in order to get her start in her political career. That'd be a very interesting video to do with my wife. Anyway, if y'all like to see that, let us know down below in the comment section. Anyway, I'm getting up out of here. I'll see you guys next time. Take care. Peace.